as important. We spend too much. A lot of times, we spend too much time focused on how much is he going to spend? What kind of date is he going to get? What kind of experience am I going to get by hanging out with him? Instead of trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the relationship like with his parents? Does he want kids? Is he trying to get married at some point? But you're willing to waste time. Look, okay. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. Today we are looking at it's a podcast called Whatever, and I just happened to be scrolling and coming through this, and I was like, this is actually an interesting breakdown. So let's go ahead and do it. I think we're talking about ghosting here.
In video games called carrying. So when you carry someone in a video game, they suck a video game, you have to do all the work, and you bring them to the win. That's how most men feel when it comes to courtship with women. We have to do everything, ask you out, pay for the date, set up the date, plan the date, and then, go for the first kiss, move things forward, handle everything. So women have the privilege of not really acknowledging or knowing all the work that goes into actually going from matching with you on a dating app or meeting you all the way to sex and then moving forward from that. So him pulling back is just him being like, well, I've been carrying you. After a period of time, if you aren't starting to put in mutual effort in meeting him, then guys are going to be like, either she's just not interested or I'm fucking tired of carrying this relationship. There's this term in video games called carrying.
Yeah.
So when you carry someone in a video game, they suck a video game, you have to do all the work, and you bring them to the win. That's how most men feel when it comes to courtship with women.
Okay, so this is one of the reasons why guys will ghost women. Yeah, and he that was a great example of him breaking it down. I think what the issue is that, again, obviously, there is, well, let me hear this one more time.
We have to do everything, ask you out, pay for the date, set up the date, plan the date, and then, go for the first kiss, move things forward, handle everything. So women have the privilege of not really acknowledging or knowing all the work that goes into actually going from matching with you on a dating app or meeting you all the way to sex and then moving forward from that. So him pulling back is just him.
Okay, I heard enough. So what we have here is an explanation. I'm sure somebody asked, well, why do guys ghost women? Yeah, this is why. If she doesn't seem that interested, yeah, a guy should pull back. I mean, again, this goes back to what I was talking about, that concept of how we're not raising our kids to work in cooperation with one another, right? We're not mentally, our kids are getting to a certain age and they're just not maturing mentally. Physically, they're still developing, but mentally, as far as relationship goes, it's just not happening. And that's the fault of us as parents. Did a piss poor job, and now we're seeing the long-term effects of it. And we got to turn it around too, because again, if I got two daughters, well, who are they going to marry? Got to be some marriage-minded men out there. But again, if we're not teaching our kids to value one another, things are just going to get worse. So, how does this relate? So, okay, well, let's give some of the game to ladies right now. Well, you know what? No, let's start with the men. Guys, this is why I say dating is dumb. See, you need to get to know, for marriage-minded men, it's dumb. You can get to know somebody over the phone, and you'll find out through conversation whether or not that she's actually that interested in you or not. So you're not wasting your resources or wasting your, you can throw some time in there. But again, at least then you haven't invested in that much resources into this person who ultimately is saying that they're not interested in you. If you can go multiple conversations and you're carrying the conversation, you might need to pull back and just focus your efforts elsewhere. Because women who are interested in you, they want to get to know you. So, and this is ultimately well, we start talking to women too. When you meet that marriage minded man, yeah, he has interests too. You need to get to know him, right? Before you go on a date, you should know what kind of character that man has. And how are you going to get there? Asking questions. See, it's not as important. A lot of times we spend too much time focused on, well, how much is he going to spend? What kind of date is he going to get? What kind of experience am I going to get by hanging out with him? Instead of trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the relationship like with his parents? Does he want kids? Is he trying to get married at some point? But you're willing to waste time. Look, okay. This is a great point. I think that a lot of times we invest too much time in people without actually getting to know them because of, what they can do for us in the short term. We got to start doing a better. This is why I say we need to do a better job of raising our kids so they can stop focusing in on the short term and start thinking about long term. Like, how are you building a legacy? Because you need to address that. The sooner you start addressing that, the better. Marriage and family is a great way to build a legacy. It's the most successful way to build a legacy, but it takes time. And a lot of times we're just wasting it on frivolous stuff that's not going to matter. But look, guys, this is a short video. I thought it was an interesting concept of how he broke down ghosting. So, but like I always said, because I think I did another video about ghosting. The reason why you get ghosted is because you're not providing enough value in the things that the other person is interested in a partner. So if you get ghosted, it's your fault. He was just saying, this guy was just breaking down, he's giving a generalization about it. But I think I still like my definition of why we get ghosted, because it's very general, but you can break it down into specific reasons. Right. But look, I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace. Oh, and this Whatever podcast, I've never seen it. I've only seen like the shorts of it. I don't know. If you guys want me to check it out, sound off in the comments. Let me know. All right, I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.